Hi there, and welcome to Let's Stress Less. If you're a woman who's feeling overwhelmed with life because your stress is out of control, you're pretty sure your stress could be affecting your health, and you want to get a handle on that before it gets worse, stick around. I've got you covered. I'm Chantal. I'm a registered nurse and your lifestyle design coach for stress mastery. And I can show you how to unwrap the gift of stress so you can go from barely surviving to fabulous and thriving. Today we're going to talk about the one thing it's impossible to manage stress without. So let's get started. Reducing stress involves paying attention to what your body is asking for through SOS signals. When you give it what it needs, those SOS signals or signs of stress will go away. When you begin to listen and respond to your body when it's asking for what it needs in order to function at its best, you're performing self-care. Self-care is just what it sounds like, taking care of yourself by giving your body, mind, and spirit what they need. On the flip side, if you don't listen, things mount up. Those SOS signals get louder. Your headache may turn into a migraine. Your temper may flare, and your frustration and fatigue get worse. Here's the deal. It is impossible to master your stress if you don't practice self-care. Period. Full stop, no excuses, and no justifying. It just is. And the fact that you're experiencing levels of stress that may be affecting your mental or physical health, or both, is absolute proof that you aren't making self-care a priority, or at least not enough of it. The trick here is to listen. Listen to what your body is asking for. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? And then respond. Many of us think of self-care as just another thing on our to-do list. Maybe self-care feels expendable to you. If so, you're not alone. When things get tough or the demands on your time and energy increase, self-care is usually the first thing to go. And many of us have a flawed idea of what self-care really is. Unfortunately, self-care is about as difficult to define as stress is. It depends on the person and the timing. Self-care looks different every single day, meaning that what self-care means to you today will probably be different than what it means to you tomorrow or what it meant to you yesterday, and your self-care needs can change from minute to minute. What defines self-care for you will be different than what it means for the next person. Frustrating, I know, but actually it's brilliantly beautiful. Self-care is not one size fits all. It's very specific to you. It's personalized and unique. And that's beautiful. The challenge will be learning to understand your unique needs. But here's another brilliantly beautiful thing. If you learn to recognize and understand your own unique SOS signals, your body's signs of stress, you will know what you need in the way of self-care. It won't be random, and it won't be wasted time, money, or energy. Once you begin to understand what your body, mind, and spirit are asking for, and you respond by giving them what they need as soon as possible by performing self-care, you will be filling your reservoir. What reservoir? Well, your reservoir of love, of patience, kindness, tolerance, strength, energy, compassion, hope, resilience, all the things that we need to be strong in every day. And whatever it is, if you don't have it, you can't give it. So if you're being pulled to do or be more than you're capable of doing or being right now, you need to start paying closer attention to your body, mind, and spirit and what they're asking for, and get your reservoirs filled through performing the self-care you need right now. Self-care is not a task. It's an expression of love for yourself and for those you care for. I want to take a minute to address the elephant in the room, though. Self-care is not selfish. You must take care of yourself so you will be able to take care of others. Self-neglect is incredibly selfish. If you neglect yourself, others will eventually be required to take care of you. By paying attention to what your body needs and is asking for and responding to those needs, you'll be able to protect your health so you can continue to serve and be a blessing to those you love. A really wonderful thing about your mind, body, and spirit is they're so grateful for anything you're willing to give, and they're so forgiving. Even small changes can bring about significant improvements in how you feel, how you function, and how you interact. And if those changes are consistent, the benefits build on each other. And here's another very important point I want you to hold on to. Many of the really effective ways you can perform self-care won't require a single second of additional time or energy, and they won't cost a penny. That may surprise you, but it's true, and I will help you learn how to make self-care a manageable and effective part of every day without draining the tank or busting the bank. Now, here's something else you need to pay attention to. As you begin to make self-care a greater priority in your life, keep this in mind. If you set your expectations too high, too fast, you'll meet with resistance from yourself and from others. And as you bump up against that resistance, you'll begin to feel frustrated, maybe even angry. Eventually, you'll give up, or you'll plow through something you've committed to do just because you said you would do it, and the effect will be so much less than you intended it to be. The price here is too high, and you'll be creating more need and more stress than relief. A better plan is to ease into new self-care behaviors. Small steps that are sustainable will create more lasting relief. I'm going to invite you to look at your life, your health, and your daily schedule. Is there time in there for you? Are you meeting your own needs? I'm going to suggest that if you're suffering stress, overwhelm, illness, anxiety, or pain, that you're not practicing sufficient self-care. The longer you put it off, the more you'll need. But I'm going to challenge you to really focus some time and thought on how you can reframe your perception of self-care. Once you've made that mindset shift, it'll be easier to start thinking of the many ways you can begin your own self-care adventure. Remember, self-care looks different every day. Respond to what your body is asking for right now. If you want to decrease your stress and take control of your life, self-care is a non-negotiable. Think about this too. Your stress will never be someone else's responsibility or priority, and it shouldn't be. It's yours, and only you can fix it. Only you should fix it. Other people may care, and if they love you, they do care. They may also care because your stress affects them, but ultimately, your stress is your issue. What is one area of self-care you need to focus on? Share in the comments below. If you like what you're learning, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you can be notified when my next video comes out. And tell your friends, after all, stress is contagious and they have it too. My goal is to help you learn to unwrap the gift that stress can be while never losing sight of the reality that unchecked, stress can wreak havoc on your brain, your body, and your behavior. I want you to be empowered to take control of your stress now and course correct to fix some things before your health is at risk for devastating consequences. And I want to help you reframe your relationship with stress so you can fall in love with your new best friend. Join me each week right here for more tips, tools, and valuable insights as you learn how to recognize and unwrap the gift of stress so you can take control of your life, your health, and your happiness as you go from barely surviving to fabulous and thriving. And if you'd like more videos like this, make sure to watch the video on your screen. I think you'll like it. And always check the description box for links to more free tips and tools to help you master your stress. See you next time.